By now, you've probably seen that Samsung announced their S24 lineup of phones last week and might even be considering buying one. But wait, before you do, make sure to watch this entire video so that you can buy it for as cheap as possible and don't leave any money on the table. By the way, this is just for the UK. Make sure to subscribe in case I make a video for any other regions such as the US. So, what's first? Well, it's trade-ins. Now I know it currently says up to £460, but that's a lie, and not one that's bad for you, as Samsung offers up to £640 for the Z Fold 5, £600 for the S23 Ultra, and £370 for the S22 Ultra. They offer trade-in discounts for other manufacturers' phones too, unlike Apple, such as £490 for the iPhone 14 Pro Max, or £600 for the Pixel Fold, so make sure to check before you buy. By the way, make sure to take a video of the phone with the IMEI number visible being packaged just in case you get really unlucky and the phone is damaged or even stolen whilst in transit. The next discount, which is the second biggest one, comes from the education store, if you can access it. Samsung allows anyone who is a student or is aged between 16 and 26, verified via photo ID, Unidays, or an ac.uk email address, to access the student storefront, which then grants discounts on basically all of their products, from ovens to TVs to phones. You'll get a 15% discount on all phones, bringing the base S24 Ultra from £1,250 to £1,060, or the base S24 Plus from £1,000 to £850. And the best thing, everything I have mentioned and will mention in this video still applies to the student store. This means that you will get the same trade-in values and can get the same free extras and can use the same codes. Everything is stackable. Therefore, I'd recommend that if you've already pre-ordered it on the normal store but have access to the student store, log onto it and find out if it would be cheaper to buy it there. If it is, don't fret, just call up Samsung and cancel your first pre-order. I'll leave their number in the description, and then go into the student store and buy it there to save as much money as possible. The third thing, while technically not a discount, is definitely something you'll want. Essentially, if you use the code S24GW at checkout when buying any of the phones, you'll receive a free Galaxy Watch 6, no strings attached. If you've already purchased the phone, if you purchased it from someone other than Samsung, or if the code just didn't work while you were at the checkout, then don't fret, as you can also go to this website, the link will be in the description, and submit a claim within the next 5 weeks to receive the watch too. While it is only the smallest model, the watch still costs £290 to purchase right now, and could be sold for a decent sum if you don't want one. However, make sure to pre-order quickly, because the code or claim only works if you pre-order the phone before the 26th of January. The last large discount is ongoing and automatic, so you won't have to do any work yourself. It seems to be something Samsung does every year and will be available throughout the entire pre-order period. Essentially, the price of all the highest storage models on all three phones will be decreased to the normal price of the storage model below them, meaning the 256GB version of the S24 will cost the same as the 128GB version, the 512GB versions of the S24 Plus and Ultra will cost the same as the 256GB version, etc. You can still pre-order the lowest storage versions of all three phones right now for some reason, so just make sure when you're buying the phone you don't select any of the base models, otherwise you'll be leaving free storage and even RAM in some cases on the table. Oh, and as I said before, this is true of the student store too. Now, if you don't own an Android device, make sure to grab a friend who does for this one. Download the Samsung Store app and log into your Samsung account on it. By the way, if you want to access the student store, you'll have to authenticate your student status and connect it to your account beforehand, so keep that in mind. Open it, add whatever you want to your basket, then go to the checkout and use the code APP5, all caps, for 5% off, as long as whatever you're purchasing is over £500 and this is your first time purchasing anything over £500 using the app. As it applies to everything, however, I would not use it if you're about to buy something even more expensive, such as a TV or some appliances soon. So just remember to keep that in mind. Finally, we have something which will only apply to a small number of people in the audience, but just in case it does apply to you, it's worth checking out. Before Unpacked, Samsung sent out emails telling people to sign up to be notified, with the incentive being a £50 off voucher you would receive once the phone was announced. On top of that, if you completed a survey afterwards, the code would also add a free anti-reflective screen protector and vegan leather case to the purchase. Everyone should have received the codes by now. Maybe contact Samsung if not. But even if you didn't do this, it's worth checking, especially if you already receive emails from Samsung or you have an account. Altogether, the discounts can add up to a pretty great deal, such as getting an S24 Plus 512GB, a free case, a free screen protector, and Galaxy Watch 6 for only £469, with trading in an S22 Plus and using the education store. So it's not even taking into account the 5% discount you can get in-app. Some of these discounts aren't obvious, however, so I hope I managed to save you some money in case you were thinking of buying any of the S22 lineup of phones, and I hope that I earned a like and subscribe for doing so. Anyway, stay tuned for videos about my S24 Ultra when it arrives, which should be tomorrow. I hope you had a great day, and thanks for watching.